find out whether or not it actually is running in a bit. It hasn't told me that anything has dropped frames or nothing, which is good. Rob, whoops, hello.
Sorry, Emmylou, I'm just prepping the live feed chat and with some typos.
Oh, okay.
We let the live feeds kind of like settle down a little bit before we actually start the show.
The beginning's always like this. It's a little bit of gamble where we just sort of making sure we know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Get the live feeds running, say hello. So like the first quarter of an hour is quite quiet.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then it all kicks off.
And then it all kicks off. All right, let me bring up a web page to make sure. Twitch. Make sure that's running. Yes, Kaspersky, I know that their probably certificate isn't probably quite correct, but that's every single web page that you come across these days. It seems. Okay, yeah, I can see the live stream running there. I can't hear any audio coming through to that, however. Can you hear any?
I'm talking, so...
Yeah, well, I can...
You should be able to hear yourself.
No, on Twitch there is no audio going through at all. Unless, no, hang on, there might be, because I turned that off. Yes, there is audio going through, because I turned that bit off on my computer. Right, that's good. That's Twitch running. Now the two of the Ube. I'll make sure that's running. See, this is all the things we got to do just to blooming start it, you know.
Absolutely. I've got one of my players is saying, "Is it working? Is this happening yet?"
Yeah. Yeah. We are about to go live.
Yeah. That's what I'm telling him. So we're good.
Yes, Google, I'm fine with that. My Chanel. Apparently it says that that's live. Yeah, that looks live there. And there's audio going through there. Fantabby dozy. Yay! We are streaming live to both things. So hello everybody in streaming land. We shall start the show momentarily. So it is Emmylou, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Blah blah blah. Let's just get that in there as well, because these are all the things that I forget to do later. It also helps if I can type. Right. No, it does, Rob. It helps. It helps. Okay, shall we do this?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Fantabby dozy. Right, start the audio recording, because I can always edit that later.
You don't.
Well, kind of. All right, I chop off the beginning, I chop off the end. All right. Right. So let's begin then. In 3, 2, 1. Oh, hello and welcome to the LARPBook podcast. This is episode 32, Sunday, 17th of April, 2016. I'm your host, Stuart Edwards, and with me, as always, is Robert, the incredibly long-haired one. Hi, Rob.
Hi, Rob.
And
hi, Stu.
oh, that's my name. And special guest with us is Emmylou. Hello, Emmylou. How are you?
Yeah, I'm very well. Thank you.
Good. Emmylou is from Curious Pastimes, and we shall be speaking to her in just a moment. But on today's show, Curious Pastimes. There's a surprise. Seems I just mentioned it. The Wilderness Centre is awesome. LARP and Gender, and possibly much, much more as we go along, because that's how we roll. So, let's start this. Let me just bring that music down a little bit so we can talk over the top of it. Although I might put the other music back on later that we enjoyed so much before.
Oh, please do.
Because it was funny, if nothing else. Right, Emmylou, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Now, you're part of Curious Pastimes.
That's right.
That's correct. Yes. Now, as we sort of spoke earlier before the show started, I don't know much about Curious Pastimes. I'll be perfectly honest, mainly because I don't get out much.
I know we don't let you out much.
No.
Dear.
You know, I'm basically stuck in this room in front of a green screen, 7 days a week, and they say, no, you cannot leave. But I know Rob has spoken to you in the past and probably going to carry on to games and what have you. So tell us a little bit about Curious Pastimes.
Okay, it is a kind of fantasy role-playing game. Mm-hmm. We run 4 times a year, 2 events in near to London and 2 events in the north. We have between sort of about 500 to 800 people at each of our events.
Right.
So it's sort of a medium-sized game.
Yeah.
We run, at our first and last events, we run large, sort of massive scale pitched battles. So sort of player versus monster, which is really great. We are organised into factions, a little bit like the LT, I think. And we have some really great things that we've just introduced. We've just introduced kind of new ways to grow your skills and develop your character by doing things during the game. So kind of role-playing based rewards.
Okay.
We have all the kind of standard, I say standard actually, I don't know, like kind of rituals and magic and all that kind of stuff that you kind of expect in a fantasy system.
Yeah.
We have a lot of large builds. So we build kind of forts, towers, Sears towers, interactive things for the players to kind of be involved with on the site. So yeah, we've built, like I say, we built a fort where we had a siege. We've built a Sears tower where we had an interactive pool where the players could kind of go and look at it. So yeah, we try and involve the plot and everything that happens with the plot into the action, so that it's kind of just like a world that you step into, I suppose. So yeah,
cool.
It's pretty good, I think. Obviously,
Not that you're biased or anything.
No, of course not.
No. That sounds absolutely superb. So you're managing to sort of interact sort of tech stuff as well into the things to make it look magical and what have you. That's superb. Now, Rob tells me as well, if I remember rightly, there's something special happening this year. Is that right, Rob?
It's 20 years.
20 years.
20 years.
This is 20 years of both Curious Pastimes and renewal, isn't it?
Yeah, it will be our 20. It will be. This is our 20th year. So the Curious Pastimes, the first renewal ran in 1996. So this will actually be 20. It'll be the 21st renewal. But yeah, 20 years of CP this year. So it's kind of really exciting.
Really awesome.
Cool.
Yeah, it's very exciting actually.
Excellent. And it does sound very good. So it's all basically fantasy based and what have you.
Yeah.
So for those that don't know, kind of Lord of the Ringsy type styley type stuff.
Yeah.
And Rob, is there, I don't know much about Curious Pastimes, I'll be honest with you. So I'm going to have to hand this over a little bit to Rob. Also, I'm running on 3 hours sleep. So delirium may set in at some point.
That's okay. Don't worry. I'm more than happy to step in for a little while. Actually, one of the things I wanted to ask you about, Emmylou, is at 20 years. That's extremely long.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's incredibly long, actually. And I'm just wondering, how do you keep everything fresh over that kind of period of time?
I think that we've got an amazing group of staff who work for the game. So all in all, I think we've probably got about about 150 volunteers who come and work and do different roles and different things within the game. And each of the factions, they run their own plots, and then all the different members of the game team, they all run their own plots as well. And so then everything is kind of all tied together by another group of people. And I think it's everybody kind of talks to everybody else about what they're doing. And I think it's really good when you've got real transparency like that, so that I think it kind of keeps everybody on top of what they're doing. So nothing helps to stop it being stale, I hope.
Yeah, because you've got no like one single point where it could get stale, because you've got so many people involved by feeding ideas and battering ideas back and forth.
Absolutely.
That's what's keeping it alive and fresh and fun.
Let's hope so. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah.
No.
And other thing I want to ask, because by the way, I should mention I met Emmylou at LarpCon this year when she mugged me at breakfast.
I did indeed.
Yeah.
Did you get much from the wallet? That's all I'm asking.
Did I what?
Did you get much from his wallet if you mugged him?
No,
No, he's terrible like that.
Never mind.
No. Other people often feast my wallet, but the family good at that. But no, so yeah, we had good long chats at LabCon. One thing I was wondering is, I know you're doing a memorial website to sort of remember what's happened over the last 20 years.
Yeah, it's like we're doing a timeline. So we're asking our players to send in photographs, because obviously over 20 years there's been thousands of characters that have come and gone. So we're asking our players to send in pictures and remembering things, about their old characters, so we can hopefully get this whole enormous kind of wall display kind of thing at renewal, which is going to have as much as we can of the game over the last 20 years in it. And I mean, it's so much better if the players can get involved, because they remember it everybody remembers it in a different way. So hopefully it'll be really exciting and kind of really celebrate everything that we do. And
everybody remembers it in different details as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because I saw a little bit of it at LabCon. It looks fantastic, and just waiting.
Yeah.
But you can't. Are you release that just to players, or going to let anybody access it?
No, it's public, so you can go and have a look if you want to. Yeah, I can send you the link.
Please do. Yeah.
Send you the link. It's really good. There's one of my characters from 1997 is on there, so that's quite good. I thought if everybody else is going to do it, I should do it too.
Yeah. So. You have to. Yeah. Yes, send the link and I'll put it in the show notes.
Yeah,
people
absolutely.
Go and have a look. That'd be fab.
I will. That'd be brilliant.
Excellent, superb. And I just actually, the one thing I forgot to mention, I'll put it in the notes so I have you. So I'm just going to have to slightly steer away from this and then come back if you don't mind. And I think I'll play. I'll play that one. I think.
Yes, you?
Yeah. I'm still here. It's all good. Right, today's show is actually sponsored by Larp. Yes, you see,
you have to remember.
That's what I had to remember.
Important.
Yes. So for all of your LARPing needs, go visit larpin.co.uk and say that we sent you. That's LARPin, as in LARPINN.co.uk. And there we go. A little bit of drum sound as well, just for the heck of it.
Just for the fun of it. How many pork pies did I pay you for this?
Not telling.
But,
Right, so back then to what we were saying, which I can't remember. No.
Yes, you got it.
So you got a memorial site going up about all the characters that.
Actually, I call it memorial. But
it's not really a memorial.
They're not really dead yet.
No one's died.
I've gotten better.
I'm calling it a timeline.
A timeline.
Should we make sure we say timeline? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So a timeline website, to kind of show the characters' progressions and everything else.
People have submitted. People have sent in photographs. It's a really good opportunity to send in photographs of your friends looking terrible at their first LARP event.
With their really rubbish gear. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really interesting to kind of how things have progressed, and in terms of the sites and things as well, like the kind of, we have a ritual circle at our events. I'm sure most people probably know what that is, where players can go and interact and kind of do rituals to make things or find out bits or whatever. But it's really interesting to see the kind of the evolution of that, particularly. I was finding that really good. And then the evolution of people's costumes and things like tents and things like that, where it's just totally different. And it's really interesting. I'm quite enjoying putting it together, actually.
I can imagine, actually. I think if we actually kind of looked back to when we started to when we started LARPing, a bin liner's a good armor, and what have you. I think we would possibly sort of a little bit cringeworthy as well, I would have thought,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, this is actually something that we're going to discuss in another show, oddly enough, which is how now the gear and what have you, and the costume and etc. Has exponentially ramped up to be I would say past movie quality stuff, because I've seen a lot of movie quality stuff and a lot of that's rubbish. In fact, I've
seen a lot of LARP movies.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, to be far better than what it was, even say 5 years ago.
Definitely. I think it's I don't know, it's like this kind of really indulgent, luxurious hobby in some ways, because you just to be on. Be in a place where you just get to play as a different person, and you feel absolutely resplendent and amazing. Did you know that? But I think it's there are so few places where adults totally indulge themselves like that. It's a really cool thing, I think. But I agree with you. It is really, really different, certainly from 20 years ago, when we were more likely to be wearing curtains. But
yes, right. Yeah. Hey,
not that there's anything wrong with
wrong
that.
Curtains. I tell you what.
Good.
I'm good at curtains. I've seen a fantastic seamstress make a pair of curtains look amazing.
Well, quite.
Yeah. But what? Did someone prod you then, Rob?
I thought something going on in the chat room, but no, it was nothing. Except we might have another interview later on tonight.
Yes, quite a good possibility of that. We'll have a look at that one.
I've been to come online.
Yeah. So yesterday, Rob.
I'm always yesterday.
So I am actually fascinated with how you're putting together Curious Pastimes, how it all runs, and etc. And I think at some point, I think we'll have to come and visit.
You should totally come and visit. We've got an event in 2 weeks. If you want to come.
Yeah, I can never do anything that close. It's normally months in advance with me.
Oh, we'd love to come sometime this year.
We'd love you to come. It would be really good.
We would. Yeah, I think, can we try and come to one of the events this year?
Yeah.
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 Okay.
We'll come along and have a chat with people and what have you, and I'll try and remember to actually bring some gear and join in.
You could bring your curtains.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We have I think you shared one of the videos that we have an amazing production company called Slender Pictures, who make videos for us for our games. And I think you shared the Beginner's Diary video, which you talked about on one of the shows before. And they are going to come to all of our events this year as well. So
fantastic.
You'll probably be really interested to speak to them, especially because you really like the video so much.
Yeah,
I'm so impressed by that.
And to be honest with you, we have so little gear at the moment that we may hijack some of. That's a really nice camera.
Hijacking a video camera.
Yeah, that's a really nice camera. Can I have a look how it is? Run!
Come back.
This year is a really great time to come. It's the 20th anniversary, and we're just kind of starting we're moving into a brand new area for the game, where we're moving into a kind of campaign. The players are going to make choices about where the events are held. So from event to event, the players will make decisions, and how that works is kind of not revealed in game yet, so I'm not going to tell you. But it's going to be really exciting because the players are going to have to make decisions about whether to go to a place or whether to not go to a place and leave it to be attacked, and kind of get a real campaign flavour. So it'd be a really good time to come along.
That'd be fantastic. Okay, that sounds great. Yeah, keep going.
Yes. Sorry. There's more happening in the
I'll
chat.
try to explain, Emmylou. Larpin have come on and they just confirmed that they'll only wear green floor curtains at Elven events, but right now they're wearing red curtains.
Perfect.
No, that's me. I'm always wearing red curtains. I mean, come
Green
on.
floral curtains sounds fantastic.
Because red's my colour, baby. Red or dead, you know what I mean? Yeah, okay. Is there anything that you want to plug, or what events that are coming up, or how to get in contact with you?
We've got our first event of the year in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is. I can't even remember the date now because I go to like so much earlier than everybody else.
Yeah.
So I do. It's really silly.
Is that in Angel's Reach?
It's called. Yeah, it's called.
Archangel's Reach.
That's correct.
Okay. Then you filter that through to your mouth.
A slope.
Okay.
So you got. And when I say slope, I mean sort of. It's almost. I'm not going to say terrace, but it sort of rises, plateaus a bit, rises, and plateaus to a flat area.
Yeah.
There's another field across from there, which is a good size.
Okay.
And then beyond that, there's a very large walled grassed area. And beyond that, there's another large open area, and that's where they have their Saxon house replica, standing stone, but still enough room for reasonable sized site.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it has toilets and beds and everything.
Brilliant.
And showers and yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And a bath.
And a bath, yeah. Which I tell you now, the amount of occasions people are banging on the door, come on, get out. No, I'm soaking.
Yeah. So the site itself, I'm trying to describe this site. It's sort of on the hilltop over the town. It's far enough away from any houses that you don't really have to worry about making a noise too much.
That's really good.
Yes.
Nobody can actually hear you. It has a long wooded drive leading up to the main building. And on the other side there is a little bit of woodland. Actually, there's a little bit of woodland to hold today's kids scenario in, which is great.
Yeah.
Then around the house itself, which is Georgian?
Yeah, I think it is actually. Yeah. Looking at the architecture, oh God, I'm boring.
The house.
Architecture is cool.
Yeah, yeah. You could probably put.
You could definitely do
beds.
Yeah. 50 people in beds, easy.
Really easy.
If you wanted to use floor space, a few more.
And if you want to camp, there's outside facilities for that.
Yeah.
There we're talking that there's downstairs toilets, and upstairs there's a shower and bathroom, a disabled shower area, and then separate men's and women's toilets and shower areas. There's plenty of places for people to clean up and loot.
Yeah.
Then there's a professional kitchen in the back of the building.
Yeah.
So that's a really good size.
It's fully kitted out, fair play.
Yeah. But I'm also talking about behind the main building, there's a couple of cottage buildings which can be opened up and access from one side, and some light gardens there.
Yeah.
Moving on beyond that, there's the replica Saxon house.
Yeah.
Which is great. And then if I keep moving on beyond that, that's where they have the replica stone circle with Easter Island head.
Yeah.
Full scale.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's a pretty decent site. I think you could.
It's a cool site. It's a decent site.
I think you could pretty much host any type of genre there that you wanted to. I mean, from an Elizabethan, murder mystery scenario to anything you like. To be honest with you,
I know the site well because we've probably spent a lot of time. I spent a huge amount of time playing with Fear of the Dark, which just did horror scenario after horror scenario after horror
scenario. Yeah, exactly.
That's all they did, and that was wonderful. They were a free-form horror scenario group, and they use that site very extensively.
Yeah, I mean, we've turned that place into an insane asylum. I don't know how many times, as you could probably imagine, because it's built for it. It's how it is. Lots of bedrooms, etc. It's superb.
Well, it was one at one point.
It was an actual asylum at one point, and it has cellars. So
That's really good.
yeah, it is. It is an awesome place. But they are keen for LARPers to come back.
Okay.
Yeah. I did a nice interview with the gentleman that actually runs the place. I'll be putting that up onto YouTube and what have you, possibly later on this week after I've done a little bit of editing and make sure everything's tickety-boo. And I will get that up onto the website. But we'll have all of those details as well up on the website so people can get in contact with the Wilderness Centre and book things. He said he's even happy to rent the place out for 50th birthday parties or whatever, because you can hire the place lock, stock, and 2 smoking barrels. So it is really, really cool.
One of the things I liked today we had a lot of families there,
Yeah.
scout groups, school groups.
Yeah.
And they were showing off things like the tunnel maze adventures they do there for kids.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh yes, they got tunnels there as well. We forgot to mention that.
yeah.
They got a tunnel system there.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's cool.
It sounds amazing. I think the event that my colleague wants to run is like a kind of political themed kind of ball kind of thing.
Sorted.
So it might be really. We've been looking at lots of places, but it sounds really, really brilliant.
Yeah. Actually, the main hall there is got a beautiful wooden floor on it.
Yeah, for dancing.
If you want to run a ball in there, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
What else was I trying to come to? Yeah, so what I was really finding interesting today was that they had things like sort of actual history demonstrations. They had a Anglo-Saxon reenactor showing kids how people used to live about 1,000 years ago. Things like crate stacking and running under tunnels. They had all these mainstream activities, and then LARP just absolutely just dovetailed and slotted right in really naturally.
That's really brilliant.
Yeah.
Yes,
It's so unusual to see, but it just all worked together wonderfully.
Yeah, it did, and and the kids absolutely lapped it up.
Of course they did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the and the children that were there as well also, really enjoyed themselves. We had a ball. It was put on with Liz and Jamie. They did a fantastic job. And yeah, it was pretty awesome. I got some nice video and pictures and stuff, and I'll be sorting them out throughout the week and getting them up as well. Cool. I think that's probably it for that, Robin, you reckon?
I think that's about it. Yeah, that's cool.
Okay, right then. Now we're going to go on. There is a group. Is Killscreen the name of the actual website, or is it?
Killscreen.com is the name of the website.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. And I should have read this more before we started, but hey, that's the way I roll.
We've just done this on Emmylou, so perhaps if I just pop this into chat.
Yeah.
Sorry,
okay.
I found it, I think.
You found it, okay. Right. Quick burst of it, I suppose. It's not hard to understand the appeal of LARPing. A player can both cosplay and let go of their inhibitions in a safe place by acting out a character-driven narrative. Though I've never LARPed before, actress Felicia Day convinced me of its potential for sheer fun in an episode of Supernatural where her character got to be queen of a popular LARP. Now, this thing goes on. And Anne Creed, creator of the game website Go Make Me a Sandwich, has created a LARP called Autonomy that seeks to do just that. A game not only allows its players to embody a character, but further allows them to eschew and transform gender roles entirely. The goal of the game is forcing its players to swap gender performances as part of the game mechanics. Is to both give men and women a little walk in each other's shoes and hopefully become better acquainted with society's expectations for both genders. Now, I found this quite fascinating in the sheer fact of, especially I suppose, in the fantasy LARP type of thing, not all, but some still very much have the men are men, women gonna make a sandwich, right?
Yeah.
Not in a lot of the ones that we go to, because our wives would destroy us. As simple as that. And we have a lot of very strong female leads in a lot of the games that we have been to or run, etc. But there is still quite a few out there that still do the whole, so I find this fascinating that this is, in this day and age then, right? Someone, Anne Creed has decided that this has to be done to, and obviously she must have thought this has to be done to put people into each other's shoes, so, I'll become a woman, etc., and be treated as a woman, etc., and then I'd be able to see how male society treats a woman. Now, it wouldn't be the first time I've put on a dress and worn high heels. In fact, I look fabulous in high heels. But
You do.
I have the legs for it, apparently. But I do find it quite fascinating. What are your thoughts on all of this? Emmylou.
Wow. I think I'm just looking at the website actually.
Yeah.
It's like a kind of like a parlor game kind of style LARP, isn't it? This
Yeah.
I
one.
think so. I think
So
it
you
is,
kind
yeah.
of pick it up and play. I think it's
Yeah.
really interesting. There's lots of those kind of games at the moment,
Yeah.
which kind of engage all kinds of different ways of looking at things. I think it's a really
Yeah.
exciting way to explore ideas in a kind of quite measured space, I suppose. I
Yeah.
think it's kind
Yeah.
of quite interesting. I don't know how I would quite approach it. I haven't really played very much of that kind of freeform style of LRP myself.
Right.
Yeah.
But I think it would certainly be really interesting to try out.
I think it would be
Interesting,
interesting. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, the whole thing of it. I mean, I'm looking at the three separate phases of this.
Yeah.
There's a workshop, which is basically gendered body language,
Yeah.
speech, and of course the role playing portion of it, and of course getting the players to understand the different stereotypical gender roles.
Yeah.
Because not everyone gets it, right? It's as simple as that. And teaching perhaps people how to act masculine, how to take up space, how to dominate a room, that sort of thing, etc. And to see how that all kind of plays out. I would be fascinated to do this just purely on a psychological level.
I think it would be really interesting to find out. I mean, because if you're going to be playing it with 6 to 9 of people who
Yeah.
then that's going to be really interesting as well to find out things about the people who you're role playing with that you
Yeah.
didn't know before, and the kind of ways that they feel that they are viewed and the ways that you view them. You'd probably find out quite a lot of things about
Yeah.
your friends that you hadn't really considered before, which would be one of the really exciting parts.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good idea.
I need to turn the light on because all I can see is darkness on my
Darkness,
screen.
yes.
No, put the light on. Don't vanish into the dark.
Yeah, I must be honest. I do really find this quite fascinating, Robin. In the sheer fact that,
There you go.
excellent. We can see you
wow.
again.
Yeah, so I think it'd be really interesting
Yeah.
to kind of explore and find out about.
And even if it wasn't with people that you knew, right?
Yeah, that would be maybe a bit more intimidating, but also good.
But I think that's the idea behind this, right? I think it has to be a little bit intimidating. If you're all in a very safe zone, I don't think this would work as well.
Yeah,
right?
maybe not.
Playing with people that you have no idea about, would make, I would say, because this is an experiment as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I
mean,
think you're right.
would make that experiment much more interesting and fulfilling at the end, to kind of see how you react and how they react to you. and you know, and I really hope that at the end there's a whole breakdown as well, so you know they can talk about what they've experienced, and what they thought about themselves, what they, you know, understanding if they already had preconceptions.
I think that's probably one of the most interesting things, isn't it? It would be to kind of challenge what you had come into the situation with, and then how that had changed when you went out of it at the end.
You know, I might think that I'm quite an open-minded individual, but maybe after this game, you know, I might come away going like, bloody hell, I'm actually a bit of a git as a bloke, you know. Okay, right, and it would definitely, you know, it would be a fantastic learning experience, as simple as that. So, but I do feel, you know, in some games and what have you, there is a little bit of bias of, you know, women are in the kitchen, are the wenches then, you know, etc., for that very stereotypical role, and the men go off and fight, and that, as far as I'm concerned, should 100% change.
I think I don't know, it's not massively my experience that is not something I have personally experienced. That's not to say that other people haven't experienced it. I'm absolutely sure that they have. But I agree with you. I think it's really good to have the opportunity to do whatever you want to do, really.
Well, I find it interesting now that this is feeling like a game that it's not really focused more on plot and characters, more focused on sort of exploring who you are, or what you think somebody else is, which is a complete turnaround.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I like playing with messing around with ideas. So
there's a lot of those, a lot of games in that sort of Nordic LARP style. The sort of quite short games, which they are kind of like thought experiments, aren't they, in a way, rather than like a game with a narrative and a plot and puzzles to solve and things like that. It's not the same sort of thing. It's it's exploring a concept or an idea or a way that you feel about something, and that's just as interesting, I think. But it is really different.
Well, I mean, we are hoping this year to actually go across to a Nordic LARP, aren't we, Robert?
Yeah, that's the plan.
Yeah, that is the plan, to kind of see how things differ there to what we do over here. I think they will be quite radically different, and it'll be a bit of an eye opener. I'll be honest. Yeah,
I'm doing a master's in games design at the moment.
Cool.
And one of the things that I have been looking at is like different types of games and different kind of ways of looking at gaming and things like that. So I quite agree with you. I was thinking, they've just had the big Nordic LARP conference.
Yeah, they have.
And I was really wanting to go, but I couldn't sort it out in enough time. So I was thinking that might be something I would like to do next year.
Oh yeah, definitely. I know that Klaus went there.
Yeah. I would be surprised if he didn't go.
No, Mr. LARP himself.
Exactly.
Just saying hello to someone that's just joined the room. I just think, I mean, have you been in touch with Klaus at all? Sorry, Klaus at all?
Who are you talking to?
Emmylou, sorry.
No, I haven't.
See, this is the problem when I'm looking at you and you don't know that I'm looking at you.
I have no idea. You can look at me, I won't even know.
No. Everybody who's watching or listening, the problem we have is that I can see Emmylou can see me, but neither of us can see Stuart.
No, because of how the streaming stuff works. The streaming stuff grabs hold of my camera and holds it with both hands, so they can't see me. So I can make faces and everything, and they have no idea until about 30 seconds into the stream, and they go, "Oi, Edward, stop that." If you've not gotten in contact with Klaus, then you really should, because he's a really helpful chap. Fair play.
He does seem it. He does.
Yeah, he really is genuinely lovely and contactable just about every portion of the day. He's brilliant. You know, got him on Skype, but I just call him up, and he goes, hello, Stu, in his kind of deep voice, and he goes, what can I help you with? You know, and he's great. He's superb.
Yeah, cool.
So that's that. But yeah, I would be fascinated with that. Are we thinking of bringing in?
Nova Norris?
Yeah.
I'll see if what's happened, Emmylou? Nova, something we know who's gone chat under the name Nova Norris. And I'm just going to see if I can chat to him now. So wait. Talk about yourself. Stu, play the elevator music.
Okay. Not a problem. Hello and welcome to the LARPBook podcast. Today's show was sponsored by Larpin at larpin.co.uk. Go there for all of your LARPing needs. They have everything that you could possibly want, and at very competitive prices too. They try to get everything to you within about a week. They don't wait for things to pile up.
Okay, Stu.
Right.
We have an agreement to bring him in by Skype. Would you like to make the call?
Yes, it's Pete, isn't it?
It is Pete, yeah.
No, beep, 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 beep. There he is. Add to group call. I love this music. I could just literally play it all day. I might just leave it on in the background.
No, don't.
When I'm working.
Oh, that's okay. Well, you're working. That's fine. But not now. You just have me swaying back and forth like Groot.
Peter.
Hello, Peter.
How you doing, Peter? All right, get your video on, unless you're naked.
Hang on, let me just turn down the stream. Jesus.
Yeah, do that, because that'll be a 30-second delay, and then that'll be really funny.
Yeah, apparently so.
Oh, thanks, Larpin. Yes, I do say it so sensually. This is the only problem, though, with the 30-second delay. Is after I done something 30 seconds later. Here he comes.
Right, I fixed it.
There he is. Yay!
Right,
Sorry.
So Emmylou meet Peter, and Peter meets Emmylou.
Hello.
Another bearded one. Oh yes, if anybody wondering where Tom is tonight, bless him, he has got a massive headache. So get well soon, Tom, and our thoughts are with you, even with this wonderful elevator music. So, look, you know.
Done.
Thank you. Get rid of it.
Yes, I shall fade it out in the professional manner that I have. When I say professional manner, I press the button, it fades out. Right. So Pete, my man, what are we talking about?
I've literally just today came back from a LARP event called a game place called Only Fools and Heroes.
Oh yes.
And basically, what I only found out recently, about a month ago, where they do 2 LARP events each month.
Okay.
But they're only on the day. It's not like, like the usual weekend sort of things. They just do it for the day. So I went today to go see what it was like.
Yeah.
And it's really interesting, actually. There's only a maximum of about 25 people that came today.
Yeah.
And they split them up into 2 halves.
Okay.
And so there's 2 refs. They both have a storyline.
Yeah.
And one of them says, well, this is mine. And the other one says, this is his. And then the players get to pick which ones they want to do. So you've got one half that plays, the other half monsters.
Right.
And then they switch.
And then they switch.
Half-time
jerseys off. Come on, let's go.
Yeah, lunchtime, right, we're going to switch. So then you've got then obviously the players now play the monsters. Now the monsters now play the players. So it's quite interesting, actually, on how that works.
Yeah, I mean, also, I think, in my mind, I think as a player, I probably wouldn't hit the monster as hard, knowing damn well that later on they're going to be a player and I'm going to be the monster.
Oh, absolutely. Quite a lot of them were saying, there was quite a bit of a discussion, like, oh, do I really want a monster now first? I don't know, I might be knackered a bit late. I was just like, what are you on about? I'm used to this once a year.
Yeah. Come on, bring it. Yeah.
Like some big games, occasional basis, but with Food and Heroes Ethos is really different, isn't it? It's just continual
It's
games.
Yeah, obviously twice a month. The first Saturday of the month, and then the third Sunday of the month. I found out also they do season events, so they've got a winter event, they've got spring, summer, autumn, and they do them all on the bank holidays as well.
And they run all over the place, don't they, as well? Falls and Heroes have branches all over the country.
They have. I'm not 100% unsure how many branches they've got. They've got quite a few in branches. If you go there, the first 2 events are completely free. And then after that, you only have to pay £20, and that's for the whole year.
And what? And no other money up front then to go along to any of the games?
No, just £20, and that means you can even go. Say if I go to Peterborough, a branch, I could go up to Derby and go to their branch, and do their game, and they just instantly put you in it. But you're still the same character that you made in that other branch, so you can keep constantly progressing it.
Interesting.
So it's kind of it's a bit confusing because I'm used to I wasn't expecting to play today. I was just going to watch, but they were like, "All right, come on then, you're monster in." I'm like, "Whoa."
No, all I've brought is sandwiches.
I don't want to get into that conversation. I locked my keys in the car. I needed the RAC. And there's nothing better. This is my first car. I only have one key. There's nothing better in the middle of nowhere, ringing the RAC and like, can I have a key, please? And then when the guy's there I am shaking a 2-handed axe, like, hello.
yeah. This way.
Oh no!
And then they went into character, and they were like, "What is this orange van?
What is this orange beast in which you ride?"
We did try and get the RAC mechanic to join us. He wasn't having any of it.
He probably just looked at you and go like, "No, mate, I'm just here to fix a car, then I'm going as fast as I possibly can."
From what I remember, that was pretty much accurate, actually.
Oh, bless him. That's superb. I mean, that's actually, doing this, we get to see many different ways that these things happen, and the way things are run. But that's a really interesting, idea. This is kind of so it's every weekend.
It's every 2. It's basically the first Saturday and the third Sunday. So there's always 2 events each month.
Right. So two events each month. That's still quite a lot throughout the year.
Oh, absolutely. I'm just used to one, and then I'm knackered. But,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so that's weekend events. So that's 24 weekends a year, or not counting the big weekend games.
And then you've got the weekend games, which your character still progresses, but you've got a chance of dying, and if it dies, then you've got to start again. Yeah. But apparently the events were a lot harder than the little branch things, because obviously you go up against higher stuff because there's obviously more people.
Yeah, so the little branch stuff then that's more, even though it can be progression, that's more just for fun. Just get in there and have fun.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, you can still progress. You can still learn stuff. Apparently, in this system as well, there's guilds, and there's ranks for guilds. So while I was there, I didn't have a character, but I was just playing a mercenary. And because there was a mercenary guild, one of the players did a speech, and because he did this speech, he gave the people that was the mercenaries around him, they all got immune to fear.
Right.
But I didn't get that because obviously I don't have a rank in the guild.
So
I was just like, well, I'll run. I don't mind. But if say a monster did a fear me effect, they can just say no effect for that encounter, which I thought was like, well, that's quite interesting.
Yeah.
But after your first game, how do you feel about it? Because it's obviously a different style and a different.
Oh, it was absolutely awesome. The gentleman that spoke to Edward, he was phenomenal. Helping me out, just saying, look, this is, you've LARPed before, so I understand what you know. So he just giving me the pointers of the monsters and so on and so forth. But it was excellent. Everyone was so nice. I didn't take my kit because I didn't expect to need it, but they were like, don't worry, we've got kit for you. And then just chucked me kit, which was absolutely great as well.
Yeah.
Are you going to go again?
I am going again. I think I've got to go again.
That's the test.
That is the test, isn't it? Will I go? Will you go again? Yes, no, yes. Do you think it would be a good introductory
That's a good question.
thing to go to, ramping up to bigger stuff?
So you,
because of the friendliness and how they run things.
Yeah, I think for like a first person that's never done LARP, I think that's a good way to start off, because obviously it's not too hard, it's not too easy. They balance it out, so there's still a chance of death, but there's always a chance of death.
Cake or death.
Cake, I take cake, please.
Give him cake.
No. Give him cake. Cake is poisonous. But yeah, no, I think it's a really good idea for introductory. I tried to get my girlfriend to come along because she's coming to a LARP event with me this year.
Yeah.
But she wasn't having any of it. As soon as I told her she had to be up early in the morning on a Sunday, that was
what, early Sunday?
I kind of shouldn't have said a word.
Yeah, you should have just woken her up and go, "Come on, it's time to go! Yay!" And
going, don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. It's a surprise.
It's afternoon.
Yeah, just put the clocks forward in the house, mate. That's what I do.
And you have to give it a go.
Sneak in and change the alarm clock. That's pretty much what I do, mate. Yeah, but I do that for giggles, though. Let's be honest. All right, so that sounds absolutely brilliant. We'll have to look a bit more into that as well and see if we can get them onto the show to talk about why they do it that way. Because I do find all of these things very interesting on why people do things a particular way, and it does fascinate me on where the thought is then why they did it that way, or is it something they inherited and just carried on, or what have you.
Yeah,
I'd like to do that. I'd like to get Frozen Heroes on, but also the group in the States who do a similar kind of thing spread across the whole US, where they have chapters across states.
Yeah.
There's cross chapter. I have them compare the differences between UK and US game. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
Interesting, that.
Yeah, that would be really interesting.
It would, wouldn't it? Yeah, fair play.
Yeah.
We shall try to make that happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
As we
We will
do.
make that thing.
As we
You
do.
need some kind of matrix.
Yeah.
Different. You need categories, and
Yeah.
maybe that's taking it a bit too far.
I would say, because
They could have that. We don't know.
Pete, no, we don't, mate. And I definitely don't have a long black leather coat. And my name's not Neo.
I've got a black coat if you want it, but I'm not Neo either.
No, yeah. My name is not Keanu. Cool. Just a quick the notes. Do you want me to mention that, Rob? What you put there?
I think we need to mention that now. Yeah, I think it's now time to do that one.
Okay, no problem. Right, we are looking for another presenter. The search for a presenter. The X Factor. No, come on.
Oh God, no! Please.
Oh, X Factor, yes! Let's do it.
Big red buzzer. Right, so if you fancy being a presenter on the show, get in touch, larpbookshow@gmail.com. Give us a little bit of a resume and why you think you would be awesome. We will get in touch. We will see whether or not we think that you think that we think that somebody else thinks you might be awesome, and whether or not you'll fit in with our craziness, basically, because we're not normal. So basically, if you fancy being a presenter, even if it's just a guest presenter every now and then, to do perhaps sections for the show, because I think that's the way we'd like to go as well in the future. Have someone come on every now and then to talk about a particular subject or what have you, whether or not that be, let's say, LARP as a fitness thing, or food in LARP. Yeah, because I do know that we have got a gentleman coming on later on in the months to come, who actually does period food.
What's his name? Is it Rick?
No, it's not Rick.
Oh, okay. Otherwise, that's my friend.
It's not.
He does that.
Yeah, it's not Rick.
That's a shame.
and this guy is a bona fide chef and what have you, right? And actually gets the actual materials that would have been used for that dish.
Cool.
Yeah. So things like potatoes, they weren't around in until the whatever century, for instance. Things like this, and he makes these authentic dishes in the field. He doesn't pre-prepare; it's all made in the field, as though he was there at the battle. So we'll be getting him on. So things like that. Anything that people think they can bring, let us know. LARPBookShow@gmail.com.
And one other thing as well is we are obviously UK based, but if you're in sort of the States or somewhere in Europe or Australia and you want to chat about what you do, yeah, please.
Yes.
We really like to hear from you.
Yeah, contact the show. I mean, it's simple as that. We will listen and talk to anybody. We're not bothered. We're not fussy. Not to say that Emmylou, you've been an absolute delight.
Yeah.
Pete, you're all right, mate. But Emmylou, do not. That's fine. Throws down his headset and walks off. We can't be friends anymore. Are you sure about that, Peter?
No. Situation.
Just remember, I have two big broadswords.
Yes, that's true.
That almost sounded like a euphemism. Anyway.
It was a euphemism.
It was a euphemism. So, look, if you've got any value out of this show at all, even if you giggled once, right, pop across. Oh, my dogs have come. Hello. The dogs have decided to come and visit. Do apologise. Bye.
They've been able to open the door.
Door, yes. Damn them and their opposable thumbs.
What?
Mutant dogs, just saying. Yes, so if you've got any value out of the show at all, pop across patreon.com/LARPBook and just donate $1 every month. It helps us out. It helps us sort of pay for things. We've managed to actually pay for a few things, which is great. So I'm not putting my hand in my pocket every single time. Although I did buy some really cool lights that I'm actually using at the moment, which not out of the Patreon money, by the way, out of my own pocket. That's just the way I am. We've also got a shop as well over on Redbubble, where you can get some really cool swag. I will be buying one of those T-shirts. I LARPed before it was cool, because even though I designed it, I just really like it. It's like just spot on. So if that's it for everybody, yeah, all talked about everything we want to talk about.
Everyone else?
All good.
Hang on. Is the chat room going to say anything?
Well, we'd have to wait 30 seconds. Yeah, it's good.
Quick, cue the elevator music.
Hang on.
Cue. Oh God.
I really hope that this elevator music is coming through on the stream as well. Otherwise, this will be rubbish.
It is.
Yeah.
Don't worry. It's fine.
It does make me giggle, I'll be honest.
Is this how this is going to end?
Well, no, it'll end the proper way. It'll end the proper way. Right, so I think that's it then, everybody. There don't seem to be anything from the room that is chat.
Okay.
Anywhere? No. Okay. Right then, fine. Let's get out of here. Right, so thank you very much, Emmylou, for coming along. Absolutely awesome. Thank you, Pete, as well. For popping into the last second there to tell you your experiences. Music was provided by BenSound at bensound.com. I've mentioned about the Patreon. I've mentioned about the shop. You can listen to this podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, YouTube, Twitch, Podbean. Just search for LARPBook. You'll find us and put it into your favourite podcatcher. If you want to let us know about anything, events, anything that's coming up, whatever you've got, if you just want to tell us, hey, you're really crap, email the show, larpbookshow@gmail.com. Hate mail, we'll even take that. We're not bothered. Go to the website at larpbook.com. You can follow us on Facebook. They won't see this until 30 seconds later.
Really crap.
My wife is here. My wife is here butting in on the show. Go to the website at LARPBook.com. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Google. Oh, don't shove your... and plus, just search for LARPBook. Right, simple as that. And don't forget to give us a 5-star review on iTunes. Thank you very much all for coming along. And good night.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
You overran.
Right, stop the audio there. Thank you very much for everyone coming along. Thank you all the Twitch people and anybody that was on the 2 that is Youb, etc. My wife's still here. What do you want? And we will see you all again. If the 3 of you could just hang around just for a bit, that would be great. Until I kill this off.